For a lot of people out there, 2020 has been the year of the dunk. It's been a huge year at the dunk line, even though it's the 30th anniversary year of the Air Max 90, the 30th anniversary year of the Jordan 5, the 50th anniversary year of the Adidas Superstar, but it's the dunks that have really come strong and really come hard. And this shoe, this particular shoe, might actually be the perfect 2020 shoe. And I'm not just talking about dunks, I'm talking about everything that's happened in the last year, pandemic and all. So we'll get into that today about why this shoe is the shoe for 2020. But there's also some other questions in there as well, including it's a women's shoe. Does that make a difference for the fit? And also, what does it mean for the size run with these guys coming out? And then the final thing to look at is that there was a City Attack pack back in 1999 that looks an awful lot like this one, but there's a particular single difference between this and the City Attack pack from 1999. We'll get into that as well. What is that difference? And if you guys know that already, hit me up with a comment down below. So without further ado, let's get into this and take a close-up look at the upcoming release of the Nike Dunk High Varsity Purple. This is the Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel です。毎日アップするので、毎日見てください. And every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today we've gotten Spotlight as a Nike Dunk High Varsity Purple. And like I said at the top of this video, it's the year of the dunks as far as I'm concerned, and as far as many people into sneakers out there are concerned, because the dunks have really led the field. Now, there have been a lot of releases across a lot of lines, including those big shoes that I talked about already, for example, the Air Max 90s, but it's the dunks that have been consistently awesome for the entire year. And we're talking about the Ben & Jerry's, we're talking about the Grateful Dead, we're talking about the not released 7-Eleven. There's just a ton of dunks that have come, and even coming into this winter season, we've got the Sean Clivers that are coming, all great shoes. And then the Dunk Highs, there haven't been so many of them, and the ones that have come mostly have been the simple colorways. There's been a couple of interesting colorways and sort of reverses in there as well, but basically fairly simple colorways. So the Dunk High is kind of playing it a little bit low, whereas the Dunk Lows are going a bit high. And we're finishing the year with a great classic Dunk High, but it echoes a story from back in 1999, 21 years ago, with that City Attack pack. And we'll get into the similarities between this shoe and those shoes in a minute, but also that talking about the 2020 and also the women's size run. And of course, looking at some of the important features in the shoe. So first things first, why is this the shoe for 2020? Yes, because it's a dunk, and it's the year of the dunks as far as I'm concerned. So that of course makes it one of the shoes of 2020, but why is it the shoe of 2020? Now for me, it's all about the release date. It's all about the drop date, because these guys have been all over the map. Seriously, they've been all over the map. And the drop date, which was kind of single, just one drop date, has now become 2, 3, 4 drop dates in different locations, and it's all to do with supply lines and getting shoes to Asia, getting shoes to Europe, getting shoes to North America. Most shoes these days are made in Asia and in the east of Asia, and it's a lot easier to travel by land to Europe these days than it is by air or by sea to North America. So you've got these drop dates that have been absolutely obliterated. I'm going to say obliterated by the pandemic, and this shoe really just marks that. I've done tons of videos this year talking about how the Olympics have moved and what that did to shoes that were supposed to drop in line with the Olympics, what the pandemic's done to supply lines and how that's shifting around the release calendar, and the shoes that did drop that couldn't move but maybe should have, because like I said, the Olympics have gone, but they're still dropping an Olympic themed shoe, and that all of that kind of messed up release dates and drop dates is totally centered on this shoe. It's the story of this shoe is that they haven't been able to get the release date consistent and right, and they're going for it on December 22nd as its sort of main release date, but we've already seen it in many different places. I'm pretty sure it's dropped in some of those places, but Sneakers app, December 22nd, that's where this shoe is going to be. I know it's on the Sneakers app here in Japan for that date, and hopefully for the rest of the world out there, and finally get that close-up look and tell you all the details of this shoe. So first things first, answering that question, why is this the shoe of 2020? It's because of the release date and how messed up it is, and that is just a perfect mirror to what a messed up year this has been. And then the other questions, I'm going to go with the women's bit first, and then we'll get into the difference between the City Attack Pack and these. And it's the women's size run. Now, I've got a definite yes on one side of that, and I've got a request for you guys out there on the other side of it. So the definite yes is to do with the size run. It goes up to size 12 in a women's size run. And what that means, if you don't know much about size charts and comparisons, and it's something that frustrates me that we don't have consistency on this, because in Japan they do it in centimeters, and whether it's a women's shoe, a kid's shoe, or an adult shoe, or men's shoe, or boy's shoe, whatever, it's done in centimeters. So you know if a women's shoe comes out in 27 centimeters, you'll know if it fits you or not. But then this kind of size run, it's a 12 in women's, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm at 12.5 in men's. I wonder if I can get that to work. Check out a size chart. 12 in women's means 10 in men's. Not a hope of my 12.5 feet fitting into a size 10, so I might as well just park that. But for anyone interested in the size run out there, goes up to a women's 12, which is a men's 10. So if you're a men's 10 or above, well, men's 10 you'll be okay, but 10.5 and above you're going to struggle with these shoes. So I've got that information for you, I can guarantee that. What I can't tell you about is the fit, and I need people to tell me this in the comments down below, because I do not know whether putting WMNS women's onto a shoe does anything to the fit itself. Is it a broader fit? Is the shoe sort of a slightly wider fit because of women's feet, or is the bridge, do women have a higher arch so it affects the fit of the shoe? And I don't know these things. It's not my area of expertise. So if you know, definitely let everybody else know in the comments down below whether or not this being a women's shoe will change that fit. The size we know, up to men's 10, women's 12, but the fit, I don't know if it changes for your standard dunks to women's dunks. So let us all know in the comments down below. And then the final thing, before we get into some details on the shoe, is the difference between the City Attack Pack and these guys right here. Well, there's two major differences, and it's obvious from looking at this picture here that one of them is that there is not a mismatch. That's I'm thinking back to the dunk lows that I got from Atmos in 2017, where the left shoe and the right shoe are mirror opposites of each other. And what you do have here is mirror opposites, but not left and right shoe, different pairs of shoe. That's why it's a pack. And you can see one of them is very close to what we've got today, basically purple high and white low, and then the other one is the flip of that, purple low and white high. And that second shoe is a big difference, because we don't see that in this Varsity purple. You've just got the standard colorway and not the sort of inverse colorway going on there. And then the second thing is this right here. Doing, there's a look straight at it, eyes forward, right looking down the barrel at this guy, at that purple, that translucent purple outsole. Because we go back to the City Attack Pack, you can see a solid purple outsole on the bottom of those guys, and then when we look at the tread of today's shoe, you can see it's that translucent purple looking through to the midsole on these guys, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite features on the shoe, and it raises it above general dunk highs, but it also takes it that one step away from the City Attack Pack from 1999, even though very similar on every other part of the shoe. That one detail, outsole, translucent purple, very cool, very different, very new, very yes for me. So and then the final thing to do, look at some of the details on the shoe and tell you where to look. And now for me, I've always found the ankle support that comes down from the ankle and then to the heel, where there isn't really a heel cup, to be too big. It's always, I don't know if it's because of how sleek Jordans look there, Jordan 1s look there, and then if you look at the dunk highs, it's got this sort of big kind of chunky feel to it because of that huge piece of fabric that runs down from the front of the ankle to the back of the heel. But that's very obvious in these shoes, and you can see slicing through the middle of that the purple swoosh that is housed in the white midfoot and then running through purple on purple towards the back of the shoe, and then of course the quarter line, the toe box and around the lacing system all in purple, and like I said, the midfoot's white, and then the panel on the toe box is white as well. But an interesting place to go look at is up on the tongues, where we'll see some difference in color. It's basically a purple and white shoe. Dunks kind of, I would say maybe 70% are three colors, and 29% are two colors, and then you get this extra sort of 1% that's like your Ben and Jerry's, which is all over the map. And these guys are just two colors, purple and white. But then when we go up onto the tongue there, you can see that they've gone with a different bit of branding and added some gold in there, but it's a deep sort of I don't know what would you say for that deep gold on there? It's got some weight to it. It's a heavy gold up there as opposed to sort of bright popping gold, which kind of fits the narrative of the rest of the shoe. shoe. The purples are low and deep, and then that gold branding up there on the tongue is low and deep as well. It offers that extra little bit of colour, but basically it's a two-tone white and purple shoe, and they haven't gone for that third colour except up there on the tongue branding. And then it's not too far to go back and have a quick peek into the insoles and see white insoles with purple branding on there. So finally, just coming out looking at the whole shoe, like I said, it's a great shoe. It's got a great story to it. It really fits the story of 2020, and I wonder if that may be one of the reasons why people go after it. It's a dunk, it's 2020, so people are definitely going to go after it. That tie up to the City Attack pack from 1999 is a big draw to some people as well, and then just the fact that it's a very cool looking shoe with that translucent purple outsole, a yes too. So there's a lot of reasons why these guys are going to fly hard. So if you're interested in getting your hands on them, you better be clicking fast, because these guys are going to fly right off the shelves. Okay, that's enough for me today. Time for me to sign out. Thank you guys for checking out the content. But I'm just going to say the last thing that I do at the end of every single video is just remind you that I do this every single day, and that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.